Hi, my name is Ada Dinda, and at EBTC I run Internationalization Program. Today my guest is Dr. Ajay Garg, Senior Director at Making. I would like to ask you, what are the sectors where India needs European innovation and technology, where SMEs and European startups can add value?
Thank you, Ada. First of all, let me thank you for giving me this opportunity, and with my experience with the innovation ecosystem as well as the internationalization of India's digital trade, I'm happy to join with you and look forward to a much deeper cooperation with you. So let's understand why India-EU partnership is important. India-EU traditional democracies, similar value systems, similar ethics around privacy, data, technology, and all transfers, many other factors which actually make them natural partners. Now, as the industry 4.0 grows, what is happening is few things. Few things in a sense that now digital actually makes a difference in all other sectors of economy. So if the future productivity around agriculture, logistics, name a sector, economic sector, it will be through digital technologies. Now here the partnership between EU and India becomes important. EU being the traditional hub of technology prowess, India with its large demographic advantage with a very young population, as well as a very large market and an ecosystem, one of the largest growing economies, has a great potential to use the digital to leapfrog their progress or their growth. And here the partnership on technology from Europe, our developmental skill set, our skills and our market, it makes them a natural partner. And once we are together to actually take this, we make difference in the large global market. At the same time, I'll also like to say that some of the models that were promoted by two important geographies, which were traditionally supplying digital platforms, actually touched the first 1.5 billion of the global population. The rest of the 5 billion had been untouched with technology. India, through its journey through public digital platforms or public digital goods, and Europe, eager to demonopolize the digital space, make them natural partners in the internationalization journey of digital technologies or the upcoming technologies, whether it's AI, IoTs, machine learning, and then that's my take. Thank you.
Thank you. And so, in your opinion, can European startups work with Indian partners to scale up their operations in India?
Definitely, yes. We have been into the foray of doing that. We have been doing it with France. We are in the process of doing it with Germany, Nordic, UK, and name a country. We are very keen that Indian startups and the European startups come together, create solutions, create mutual benefits for each other, and scale up at a speed which is unprecedented in the history of the startup journeys. In today India, every 10 days a new unicorn crops up. The journey from the ideation to being an unicorn has reduced from 7 years to 18 months. And that's the scale at which India looks at startups. And when we are now entering into the deep tech stage, the European partnership is very, very important for us. And at the same time, the Europeans will have a huge advantage of low-cost, frugal developmental ecosystems that India provides.
Mm-hmm. And the government of India, what are the recent policies or incentives that can attract foreign investors and foreign startups, especially in ICT sector?
Let's look at it. India came up with the startup policy. with regard to the startup. Most of the processes with regard to investments, with regards to closing and opening of startups, with regards to some array of 140 policy measures have been taken to ease their pain points in establishing business, growing business, and if they fail in closing businesses. And that has been the scale. The pandemic has proven the fact that we need the deep tech technology, digital technology actually to make people to people connect. And that has also spurred us to actually support this. From 800 startups in 2014, the Startup India program has made a difference that today we have more than 60,000 startups working in India, making it one of the largest startup ecosystems globally. And here we see that the foreign partners are now, the entry to barrier have been drastically reduced. Most of the sectors we have the natural automatic route of investments, and very few sectors are now that have restrictive measures around government evaluation for foreign investments.
Thank you so much for the useful information that will be very important for European startups, innovative companies who are looking at India. Thank you again, Dr. Garg, for the conversation.
Thank you, Ada. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same.
Keep smiling.
Thank you so much.